This video is exciting because we have a great build for Heng here that actually plays towards Heng's strengths. So, what is Heng good at? What Heng does is when he's hit by a mutation, there's a chance he's going to spawn an accessory. Also, he has a team accessory reuse chance of 5%. So, how do we make this actually work? It works so well. I went through the entirety of Act 2 No Hope with this. So let's pop right on over to that and start showing you how this works to explain why it works. Now, something to know about this deck is I made this for No Hope. I did not make this for Nightmare. So this is under the mentality that you get all 15 cards right away. So the order of them does not matter. Okay, so I'm going to go through these and why we have these, and then I'll show you a little bit of what it actually looks like when you're playing it. Okay, so let's start from the top and I guess work our way down. The main thing we're going to be doing here is it's going to be a Belgian producing build, meaning that my Belgian shotgun's my main weapon of choice. However, it's going to be producing a lot of items and it's going to be producing a lot of temp health. And since Heng benefits from taking damage to spawn items, that temporary health is going to be huge to keep Heng alive, low on trauma, and just beefy. So let's start going through it here. We're going to put some new cards in the deck right away. We're going to have Pinata and Magician's Apprentice. These are new from the Tunnels of Terror expansion. Let me explain what they do. Killing a Ridden with an accessory has a 15% chance to drop an accessory. That's what Pinata does. And that's any accessory. That could be a defibrillator, that could be a frag grenade, and everything in between. So this gets really good when you start throwing things like Molotovs, because they kill a lot of things. And then not only do the Molotovs kill a lot of things, let's complement the Molotovs by adding something in like Pyro. So Pyro is going to increase the damage of your Molotovs, but it's also going to give you a ton of temporary health whenever you start killing lots of things. Oh, and not only are you able to kill lots of things and spawn a lot of temporary health from Pyro, you're also going to be getting even more temporary health because you're going to have Fire in the Hole. And what Fire in the Hole does is you throw stuff and then it makes it so you run real fast and you get a huge chunk of temporary health. So one Molotov placed in a good spot is going to net you, oh God, probably 70 temporary health. But what do I do with all this temp health? I can't really use it if I'm at max HP. Yes, you can. Something changed with this update called Bolstered Health. Now, something to keep in mind with this deck is that you can change things around. This is not the end all be all. And this is one of those things that I would say you could probably change around because we have Fit as a Fiddle in the deck. And the reason why we have Fit as a Fiddle is because it's going to provide you with bolstered health. And what bolstered health does is it provides you an extra tank at the end of your health bar to have additional temporary HP. So even if you're at 100 of 100 HP, you can still have more temporary health. So you could be at 125 or 120 over 100 HP. You have an extra tank attached to you that's only for temporary health. And the reason why that matters is temp health provides so many benefits. Mainly being, one, it's going to reduce the amount of trauma you take. Because if you have any temporary health on you, you don't take trauma from a hit as long as you have temp health on. Okay, that also applies to the deep wounds on the warp chests in the tunnels. So that's also a big deal. Furthermore, having bolstered health on top of all this stuff, again, it increases your health capacity via temporary health. Meaning that if you get punched really hard by a tall boy or an exploder or what have you, some sort of mutation, you have a buffer before it starts going into your main health, which is a huge deal when we're sitting here talking about Heng, because Heng's thing is that he gets beat up. If you go ahead and take a look, when he gets hit by a mutation, there's a chance he's going to spawn an accessory. One thing I did benefit from yesterday is I was walking through Wretch Bile and I was like, oh my God, item, 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 item. I didn't think it was going to work that way, but it did. And it was awesome. So this gives Heng a little bit of buffer to go ahead and actually get some items produced without actually taking that much damage. And if you have a Charisse on your team, you have even more bolstered health. Or if anybody else runs Fit as a Fiddle, you have even more bolstered health. So this provides Heng a huge chunk of expendable HP. And as you've probably already caught on, we're doing a lot of things to put our temp health into that bolstered health. Let's keep going through the deck here. Now, I told you about how we want to go ahead and have Molotovs to produce a lot of HP via Fire in the Hole and Pyro. Well, let's make more Molotovs by using Highwayman. Highwayman makes it so you can produce Molotovs if you kill things with a secondary weapon. And our secondary weapon of choice is going to be a Belgian. So if Mom could drop you a Belgian, or if you just find a Belgian, you're in a good spot. If you can't find a Belgian, I guess you got to use a different secondary weapon. I recommend you try to find a good one though. In terms of throwing things to make it so that you can keep producing temporary health and keep taking care of yourself, we also have offensive scavenger. And this is really nice pretty much all the time, but especially on No Hope, where no items spawn in the world. The only chance you're going to find items in No Hope without a scavenger card is if it's in a supply crate. Okay? But scavenger cards allow you to find random items on the map. So this gets really nice for Heng, not only because it allows him to find items, but also if things are being produced from Pinata or from his getting hit by something, it allows him to see those items highlighted on the map. It just makes it a visibility thing. Okay? Now, on the topic of the Belgian, this is where this build gets really cool because it can do a bunch of different things. Let's start talking about how we're going to complement that Belgian. We're going to have 3 big cards here. Actually, a few, like 4 big cards, 5 big cards. Those cards are going to be Scattergun Skills and Mag Coupler. These are going to make it so you can just keep reloading that thing. Bam, 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 bam. Okay? On top of that, we're going to have Ammo Stash, so you never run out of ammo. Initially, what I was going to do with this build is I had Ammo Belt in here, so I had more ammo capacity. And I also had, I think, quick item slots. And the idea was that I was going to make a bunch of ammo pouches with a bunch of reuse chance and just produce a bunch of frag grenades and pipe bombs due to ammo pouches producing offensive accessories now. But even when I had purple items, it didn't work as well as I'd hoped it would. So I think that's a cool thing that you can do with ammo pouches now, but it's not necessarily always going to work for you. It didn't really work for me. Just letting you know that I already tried it. Now, on the topic of the Belgian here, we got Scattergun and Mag Coupler to make it so you can just keep pumping out shots with that Belgian. And the Belgian does a lot of damage. It has decent range for a shotgun, and it can stumble really well. So Heng can be your horde clear and stumbler. On top of the fact, we're also going to have Shredder in the deck, and Shredder makes it so that it's a team-wide buff to damage of whatever you're hitting. So if I'm hitting a tall boy with my Belgian, instantly I'm going to get up to 15% stacks on him because the Belgian has a 16 pellets that come out of it, and no other shotgun in the game has that much. The Belgian has 16, so you can get a full stack of Shredder immediately for your whole team using a Belgian. But you might be concerned that the Belgian has a little bit of a wide spread, which is why we have Quick Kill, and we also have Optics Enthusiast. So this gives you an 80% accuracy buff to your Belgian, which is just the perfect spot for being able to dish out as much damage as you can with that Belgian, making sure you get all your Shredder procs, and just benefiting your team the most that you can. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention, this is a whole temp health build, right? Now, it's a lot of different things, but temp health is a big part of it. So we put Buckshot Bruiser in there. And what's really nice about Buckshot Bruiser is it benefits from each pellet that hits. And since the Belgian has the most pellets in the game, every single shot, it is the best gun for Buckshot Bruiser. So you have temporary health coming from Buckshot Bruiser. You have it coming from Pyro. You have it coming from Fire in the Hole. And then not only do you have it coming from those areas, you have a bunch of different things that make it so you can make more of those things. Okay? And then also, another one of those items that you could flip around depending on what your team is doing is I have Grenade Pouch in here. Now, you could argue that maybe it makes more sense to run something like Surplus Pouches, but that's going to hurt your overall health, which also hurts your overall bolstered health. So again, it's really up to you. Do what you want. This is a much better team card than Grenade Pouch, but Grenade Pouch also helps with swapping and all that too. Really do what you like. I mean, if you wanted to, you could also go ahead and run the card, double Grenade Pouch and get 2 Grenade Pouches. It's really up to you. Do what you want. Feel it out. This build works great. I went through all of No Hope with it and I was slapping, but if you want to change things up, please do. You might feel like you don't need 80% accuracy. Maybe you can bring it down to 50 with just Quick Kill. But something to keep in mind, by having this much accuracy, a really nice part about it is you have a lot of flexibility. You might be a little concerned that you only have the range of this Belgian to get things done. But if you have Optics Enthusiast and Mag Coupler, you can hip fire basically any weapon in the game and be just fine with it, even sniper rifles. And if you're a little concerned on the sniper rifle, well, you have 80% accuracy, so all you need is basically any laser sight and your accuracy is going to be either 90 or 100 and you're set. So you can have extensive range, hit things from across the map, or you could maybe have a horde clear weapon like a Scar that does a lot of damage, has pretty decent range, and you're still going to be really accurate with it. And then for your up close bruiser here, you have your Buckshot Bruiser that never runs out of ammo with your Belgian. This build takes care of basically everything, and I loved it. And it was so fun having a lot of things to throw, producing a lot of things, having a lot of temporary health. We even found more bolstered health via Fit as a Fiddle on a card shrine. So I had, I think, 400 HP at multiple points during the game last night. This build was so nice, and I highly encourage you to give it a shot because it was fun. Either way, I did this on No Hope, and it worked fantastically because we had all 15 cards right away. But if you want to try it on a lower difficulty, just move things around based off of the act you're playing, right? Because Act 1, you only start with 2 cards, but on Act 3, you start with, I think, 5. So it's really going to depend on where you start, and that's how you're going to determine what cards you want when, okay? And then to give you a little bit of an idea of what this is going to look like, you can go ahead and pick up pretty much any weapon here, right? And now look at this 80% accuracy kicking in. It's really, really nice to have. At any point, I can just be like, pop, 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 and I'm going to be accurate almost from across the map. But let's say you want to be even more accurate. Sure, let's go ahead and pick up a weapon that has a laser sight. And now you actually are 100% accurate. One little laser sight's going to do that. This is a purple one, but you could have a blue one. It would be 100. If you had a green one, it'd be 90, and you're still pretty close. And then in terms of how the Belgian shoots, this is about how accurate the Belgian's going to be. So that's a pretty tight looking Belgian. And as you can see, it shoots pretty fast too, which is pretty nice. So let's go ahead and see if we can start making things with Heng happen. I'm going to take this pipe bomb. I'm going to chuck it, and maybe Pinata's going to make things for me. We'll see. Pyro is also highlighting that gas can for me too, which is really nice. Here, let's make some stuff. Did I make a thing? Oh, I made a razor wire, and I made a grenade. And then I'm going to just start going ahead, getting over into this corner here. And you can see how I just took some damage there, but the temporary health protected me, which is awesome. Now this thing's going to try to kill me over here. These guys might start spawning. Ow! But then I can go ahead up here and just start farming my temporary health here with the Belgian. It's so nice. It really is just so nice. Look at that. I'm juiced up again. This thing might fall down, plop down on me. And then now I can throw this here, get a little bit off the fire in the hole, and my temp health is crazy again. It's just so strong. I cannot understate how strong this really is. It was so fun to play too, because you're just flying around like a crazy person. Oh, I forgot I had a razor wire here. Oh, look at my temporary health right now. Oh, I made a molly over here too. Let's go kill some of these things. Sure. Pick up a molly. I didn't even get a reuse yet. Oh, something to know about buckshot bruisers. It's really easy to farm temp HP off of these armored guys because they actually have a lot of HP. You can body shot them and kill them. But shooting armored ridden in the chest is a great way to get a lot out of your buckshot bruiser. Oh, look it. I made another Molotov. Right over here. How convenient. Something to know about Heng is if he gets hit by a mutation, he does have a sound effect. So it goes like boom or something like that. And then that's how you know you drop something. Now, I'm not really getting hit by too many mutations here, but when I do actually produce items, which is cool too. Let's take this thing out, come back over here. Ouchies. Now I go ahead and throw this, get some temp health just like that. And I'm going to start farming temp health as long as these guys don't kill everything. Oh, I didn't even realize I went ahead and reused a Molotov twice. Nice. Oh, and then on the mutations, especially in No Hope, since they are really tanky, Buckshot Bruiser has even more value as well. As you're seeing here, I am just such a tank, and there's not really a whole lot that's going to stop me. I'm absolutely loving this. Oh, I made another grenade. Let's go ahead and take that. So if this seems like it's up your alley, I recommend you give it a shot. Oh, it's really nice on these things, too. Look at all this temp health I farmed. Owie, and stepping on stuff. Now, actually, on the topic of Hoffman would work really well with this build too. He might even be better with it, honestly. But again, what's nice about the build is that it specifically works well with Heng because it produces so much temporary HP. And temporary HP allows Heng to keep taking damage while still producing stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that makes it unique to Heng, because Heng needs to get hit in order to do his thing. Look, and I have more things over here I can make there, just like that. And since I have so much temp HP, I can keep getting hit, which means I can keep making things. That's what's so great about it. I love it so much. Look, did we just clear 3 of these? No big deal. And I've taken 7 trauma total. So, it's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you have any questions about the game and want to learn more about it, I stream just about every single night on twitch.tv/SwingPoynt. We've completed Act 1 and Act 2 of No Hope so far, and we're going to work on Act 3 tonight. So I can answer questions about the new difficulty or about the game or about the new mechanics. Let me know while you're in the chat. And also, if you found this video helpful or any of the other videos on the channel, we're covering a lot of stuff with this game. Please consider subscribing down below. And if you want to support the channel just a little bit more, you found these videos helpful to you, you can consider becoming a member down below by clicking the join button. It's like $1 a month and it supports me directly, and it makes it so I can keep making videos for you guys. So thank you guys. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you in the next video that we do around here.